thing that's weird. I mean, they get us supporting the war generally just because the ideology, right? Like it's an ideology that people are supporting. It's you think about it. I think I don't know. It's weird to me. I have a hard time. I have a hard time thinking that people support war, right? Because I don't think they do. I don't think people really want soldiers to go murder each other. Some maybe they do. Maybe they do. I think more than that, they're just supporting an ideology and they want their ideology to win. That's what I think. And it sucks because I do know, I'm aware that there are people that love the violence and they want people to die and they want people to fight and murder and like they enjoy that because they're crazy. But there are crazy people. There are. They run our government. These are madmen. They're lunatics. They're genocidal maniacs, man. So when I think of people that support the troops or whatever, I think more they're just supporting the ideology or the supposed so-called hero. When they're think about it, a real hero would be like Superman, that does everything they can to avoid death while still helping people, right? You know, hell, even Batman, or Spider-Man, right? Superheroes. And I like the anti-heroes. I like the ones that murder bad guys. I love that. I was so disappointed with the movie Black Adam, dude. Black Adam sucked, man. The trailers made it look like it was going to be this super badass hero that actually kills bad guys. And all it ended up being was another hero versus hero stupid story. It was so dumb. So dumb. Some of the stuff in the movie was cool. Some of it was really cool. But the general overall hero versus hero against hero instead of hero killing bad guys, how disappointing that was. So I do like the stories. I like the Punisher. I love seeing the Punisher kill the bad guys, man. The Punisher, especially the Netflix show, was so good, man. So good. So good. But I still prefer peace and not death and, love and harmony over murder. I would still prefer Superman over the Punisher. But I love the damn kill those bastards. Yeah, get them good, man. But that's not what's actually happening when it comes to war. I mean, if that were real, if war were real in the sense of for the people, the soldiers would be killing the politicians and the billionaires. I'm just saying, okay? And now I'm not trying to suggest that, okay? Speak clear as much as I would. I'm just saying, okay? I understand, but this is that's just the reality of it, man. If we were being real, the soldiers would be right? Like what? The soldiers wouldn't be killing each other. They'd be killing the real bad guy, man. Holy hell. The memory of those who serve. And that's something, like, I hate it because you know how hard it is? I have not found a way to express my hatred for the war and the military and the government without disrespecting the military. Because I mean no disrespect to the soldiers, but I have to disrespect them. I have not mentally, in my own perspective, I have not figured out a way to be respectful of murderers for their nation. I would like to believe that maybe they have killed and fought for our so-called freedom. But the problem I have there is freedom is determined by money. Not war, not soldiers, how much we can afford in our life to do whatever. It's money. Money is freedom in our system. In the system that we live in, money is freedom. So I do feel bad about that. Because I know there are good cops. Just as an individual, the system is not good. The system is the problem, so that therefore there's no such thing as an actual good cop. There is such a thing as a good person being a cop. They're separate things. So I know there's good people here. I know they mean well. I know they intend well. The people who are fighting for the country, supposedly fighting for the country, they believe that they're fighting for the greatness and whatever, right? It's like I said, though, it wouldn't be soldier versus soldier if they knew the real enemy, you know? No, it's nuts. It's horrible. It's just, okay. Yeah, so I have never so far. And again, this is also it's new to me in conversation. I'm not used to talking about this stuff because I never wanted to talk about it before. What I used to tell people before, whenever talking about like real life stuff, I used to tell people I don't like talking about real life because it's horrible. And what I've come to find out too, do you know how hard it is to talk with people about real life? Because weirdly, I did not expect this. I didn't expect this to be hard because I don't like talking about real life because it just sucks. There's a lot of things that suck. I love life. Life itself. Life is amazing. But as far as our society and the system we live in, it's evil, disgusting crap. So I hate it. But the hardest part is most people that live within this system, they like it. They're fine with it. It's so normal that they just accept it the way it is and don't even want to go against it. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that's nuts. Good cops and soldiers, way more heroism. I'm not even trying to judge them. Again, like that's why. I mean, that's why I try to point out. Look, it's the system. It doesn't matter how good of a person is when they're a cop, when they're acting out the rule, and we know this because not everything they enforce is so bad or anything. But I mean, look at the laws that they enforce that are just so stupid by default. The seatbelt law. I didn't used to think this way. It makes sense. Safety makes sense, but it had to be. I had to a lot of perspectives that I came across, and I was like, oh yeah, that does make sense. I get it now. You know, whatever. All the laws are only about money. It's like I said, everything's about money. Freedom is attached to money in this system that we live in. And I've said this too. Like I can agree that following orders is not a good enough excuse. It's not. It's not. But I would start personally if I were to hold people accountable. I would start with the motherfuckers giving me orders. So everybody's gonna keep this. A lot of people will say, "Oh, these people just following orders." I agree. You should recognize. Like I said earlier, when it flipped me, when the news, the politicians and the president said to camp or kill the unvaccinated, that's an order I would never follow. Now, I was frustrated and angry and had that thought on my own, but I was never actually going to act that out for real, right? Would never act that out for real. That's an order you shouldn't follow, right? So yeah, I'm damn well gonna blame the people following that order. You're for damn sure. But I would still start above them. I would start at the top. All the people at the top. And the reason I say it like this is because throughout my life, my entire life, whenever I watch like TV and movie shows, and even had conversation with people, regular people, that are talking about these sort of things, they will say start at the bottom. I'm like, no! They're not in power! They're... You know, They're enforcing the insanity, sure, but they're not actually in power. They're, yeah, it's wrong of them to follow these orders. Yes, 1,000%. You gotta start at the top, man. Ah, that's my perspective.